Hey guys, so so I like us about I like this part of tonight's of Friday Night Smackdown goes. I like such a part of Smackdown a part of your story. So they get one, so they get one of my all my experiences at bottom my screen right here. I might know all my experiences on my screen. So after I've been doing on my next chapter, I had more announcements coming for you guys sometime. So I'll get an announcement tonight. So after we're done doing SmackDown reviews stuff, and I will let you guys know about I am doing the next chapter. So I like a part of this story about SmackDown of tonight's SmackDown. It was an amazing show. So I'll go with SmackDown with I'll go with 8 without a 9. So after from last week's show was okay, but so last week is okay. So today's I'm going with 8 without a 9. So it's not bad at SmackDown tonight. So 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 here's an image to know about this story about SmackDown tonight. So 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 let's look to goes down what about SmackDown tonight. Here's the imaging you want to know about this story. So here's the first off. So after we have the American Nightmare, it's clear to clear right now. So after SmackDown is over with a affair showing how after just a part of the story of Secret Fight 2 attack Roman Reigns on the wall. After he said he met with some medical staff before the show to find out. And to find out where he has been, clearly clear, and yet he tried to tease, so the answer being no. And just before he revealed he had been cleared. After that is when Ricky Singh's entrance music hit and SmackDown a newest top star walked into the ring, and he started set the crowd made a bit. This was before focusing on the champion, and he said Cody Rhodes is blowing hitting on in his title reigns. I have agreed him with 30 years. So I've been having a new come on and confidence that WWE champion. You said, into it right now. Outside the gate is defining a great way to kick start if someone won onto the main roster. It's bucket when those two men have shared in this made this history. Into when Cody Rhodes agreed to have a match, but he didn't to bring over to put the title on the line. Supposedly, I like this seismic goes, and then it go past the until 10 minutes mark. After it felt like they said anything they need to say without needing to feel time or worse. So after until Cody Rhodes still had a quote settled on his left eye right here, and this was almost a big bottle look of part of Cody Rhodes' face when Ricky Sings came out. So speaking of that, I just Smackdown is about to the sponsors that we Animation has Ricky Sings. I just let me see. Okay, wait. Oh, that's been about a long time ago when Ricky Sings Cody Rhodes has been 30 years ago. Like 882 years. I'll see how it started, how it's going between Rhodes and Ricky Sings for a long time ago. So here's the next one. After we're getting of has Ricky Sings will face Cody Rhodes tonight. So this will be a great match between those two. Also, Ricky Sings is going to lose his fourth match on the main roster. I know how is it possible that Ricky Sings cut a better promo than Cody Rhodes. I like that assessment. So, moving on. So here's the next match. So we have Charlotte Flair taking on against Sami Zayn. I did last time in full absence. Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair against Brie Bella and Paige ended in a no contest on Smackdown on April 24th. Sami Zayn lost to Rhea Ripley on Smackdown April 24th. Rhea Ripley tried to bring over her hope to Charlotte Flair, and Alexa Bliss but the Queen turned her down before heading to the ring to take on Sami Zayn. And it took Rhea Ripley to bring over to her because Lenny Reed and Farley Haley were at the ringside playing Bliss and Flair at a other MC wanted revenge for what happened from last week's. So Charlotte Flair forced her to set a call and during their turn lockup wasn't an attempt to eliminate a new colonel, but Sami Zayn didn't seem press a lot of how this match was a stressor was to decide to show off their wrestling ability, and it worked. Also, even with a few moments that didn't look as clean, I didn't hesitate wanted to they look good for the two people. After who have never seen Cinnamon outside of a singles has Royal Rumble was an active song with anyone at the ringside. So if you think Neil took a warning forced the pen to get one of the biggest wins of her entire career has full influence attacks the former tag champs until Ripley came out to make a save. Aja has solid flair. I was shocked her hand to say thanks, but she didn't seem happy about needing to help. So, in this match, Stacey saying, it wasn't until Bliss was kind of funny during the between basket assessment, her comic anybody is underwent. Stacey saying Craig Palmer answered the way to see the ring was good. His feet looks pony confident and at home onto the main roster. Stacey saying walking solid player before the lockup was hideous. I just avoid head Cecil spot from solid player looked really good. Stacey seemed to her body around for it personally. I just took away solid player landed for her missile looked it was pretty awkward. I think it was. So here's the next match. We have tag team match. We have Demi Priest, R-Truth taking on against Demi Weasel and Exciting. After last time in Athens, Demi Weasel Exciting lost to Machine Guns on Smackdown March 20th. Demi Priest and R-Truth are defeating at MFTs on Smackdown April 24th. Will Demi Priest to bring Awful Exciting and Demi Weasel a tag title shot at backstage during a conversation with R-Truth. Afterwards, but Truth was upset because he was having a conversation between them about Tessa's not entire shots. After when Truth Excitement had a nice face piece with things to get seven Athens, and they started with Truth crinkly tacking out to Demi Priest, but once he realized he was out masses. I just had a high falls didn't seem to mind giving up a lot of size because they didn't use their speed to keep the champions on defense and throughout most of the match. And this was a fun back and forth contest that made Demi Priest's excitement look good even in undefeated Priest. He finished the excitement off when they Russell S forced the win. And it was until I saw the MTs made an appearance to tag both teams after it was all. After we saw Tony Tonga wiped out of 4 men has cells of color distracted has the traffic. So, in the winner in this match, Damian Priest and R-Truth. Into when Damian Priest playing a straight man to R-Truth has doesn't none seems looks pretty real. The Miz and Kate Wilson tried to set a Looney Tunes style trap for Dan Hassan backstage, but it backfired. Oh yeah, between of that. So I like the assessment between Miz and Kate Wilson during their backstage. So they just hit the ring. And when Dan Hassan said, because you are course running for now. It was hilarious. I bet Kate Wilson his elbow dropped and got some fail to hit. I really loved it. Was it how do you they only one thing can fix this Charlie? It says and we won't carry thing. I know it was the Miz between Dan Hassan said no. I know real kid Dan Hassan's gonna leg Holmes of Miz and Kate wasn't, and then Hassan says wanted to offensive with Miz, but Miz by bully to resented his kid. So next week, and then Hassan will become a honor dream for Miz. I say until Backlash, until next week. I like the Miz is about to make Dan Hassan reform it because he has been awful. So we need to get Dan Hassan out of the Miz. I think. I thought we were getting babyface has Miz again. I'm sorry, I am very distracted by Miz pants. Yes, it Bonus probably could pull that off. Not Miz. If it means the Miz has to go home, just the final boss has Joe, who is then Hassan #1 fan. Good luck, Miz. So, what if the Miz thought he was your coast before? I can't imagine what will come after this. So it will be a not news from them, I think. I don't honestly feel bad for Dan Hassan is coming now. I like that Southmate was so good. The Smackdown has been, it was pretty boring, it's alright on that. It's nice that one can imagine has Miz to me with this guy. I think so. This is my producers for until next week on May 9th. I can't wait. Um, in terms of Smackdown, you have only seen since the beginning of the re-animation, Ricky Saints. Ricky Saints was a good, talented, he's been done with NXT. Now he's on Smackdown, main roster. I did fourth match in main roster, and it was against his best friend, the WWE Universal Champion, Cody Rhodes. I think he would be fine with that. Um, I think, let me see. I I think it would be nice to see all Eagle and Pace come out to help him. Nobody stays on a brand. Anyway, I love Ricky Saints. He was a great in NXT, I think. And he will do great here. I do think the call-up was too fast too. The same with Soria and Shogunat, Sun and Grace. So I can't wait to see more of Ricky Saints on Smackdown brand. So what's next for him? So Blake Monroe and the Friday nights are about to get a lot more. Has glamorous Blake Monroe. So we have two bloodlines. After when South Dakota gave a this promo saying, I just simply play about 5'2", second 5'2", taking out his own family, just brought out the Usos to say, and they also have in slight issues. And then we have second 5'2", that needs to be settled. Say also caught the time death just skip. I wasn't that second 5'2" news just skip and said it was also a line for him to lose it on Roman Reigns pass on Monday. Also even true, they all share a common enemies, has Trey Tonga still ended up taking out on both the Usos at South Common, and so told them. It says, you could tell Roman Reigns he isn't to our tribal chief, and they are going to go after second fight too, and whether he like it or not. I like this segment goes was fine, but it would have been somewhat more interesting with the Formula A doesn't answer against Samoan Werewolf. So here's the next match. So we have Cody Rhodes, and it goes 1-on-1 against Ricky Saints. And last time, in 4 absence, Cody Rhodes undefeated Randy Orton at WrestleMania 42. Ricky Saints lost to Sonny Hill on NXT April 28th. After the next match was the one was set up into open assessments with Cody Rose and Mickey Sinks. After when Cody Rose's wife, Brandy Rose, turns out, it says, "My husband and my nephew is facing off." Brandy Rose tweeted out, "Anderson and Max got started during commercial break. I liked the following their entrance, but it was so in pistol to pistol, and they had probably extended the things to the start. Anderson American Nightmare was starting to build some more, but it's reading neck-breaker, concrete tone and things in Legacy's favor. Also, however, a moment later, it was Cody Rose recover and hit the close rolls for the pickup to the win, with the fourth sunk of his bout taking place during a commercial break. And it felt like we barely got to see them work, and this just wasn't enough meat on the bone, spoiling for Mickey Sinks in a big debut. As you well saw Gunther, he stood up and sold out Cody Rhodes. After the match itself was all, he held up the Jerry title, making his was clear he was coming for the belt. So, in the winner in this match, Cody Rhodes. I like the part of Dan Hassan of "You Are Cursed" with Jerry Smith and a quick backstage video. Ricky thinks insults the Cody Rhodes color. It was better, and Multi was in the perfect spot to take it. So it's called Miss Hassan. After Dan Hassan came out in his costume, critical to tell some free berries to the crowd, but the Miz and Kate wasn't come out to spoil the fan fun. He said he can't just react business that I just said cause is real. It's the only way he can break it is to be that has his mental. Well, Emma just brought out Kate wasn't to ask, what if the Miz has lost his mind? He said he wanted the Miz to continue to mentor him instead of it hasn't, but the Miz wasn't assistance because it hasn't has a commences with the fans. And you when Kate wasn't was when did a quick POEM poem he wrote, he and it hasn't both wanted this handshake from Miz just in his shoes of mental show. And it went back and forth before he was grabbing Dan Hassan's hand and wasn't it. Also, Heston Hassan was about to cause. So, Jim Hassan's been doing this is you all cost. And when Kate Wilson submits attack him behind him, attack behind him before behind, set a spring into a trap and they beat down the pendulum and so still and took him out with a skull crossing funnel. Added on the see busy people, this segment sounds like it would be pretty dumb. Added but a sweet man is in the ring, pulling it off and had to the crowd into it every step outside the way. And this was cheesy, but it was still fun. So here's the next match. So we have Ansel goes 1-on-1 against Voice Keys. As it last time in Athens, Ansel lost and Voice Keys wants it Andre 6-Side Waddle on Smackdown April 17th. Into when Voice Keys had a singles match this week against Ansel of Las Vegas. This was 100% a squash match, and it was designed to make Voice Keys look as dominant as possible. And it was all in about 8 minutes or so, with Voice Keys not letting Ansel get in a sway of offense. It was magic, but it's not exciting. It will be fun when Voice Keys finally gets to it, loses against someone who can give him some competition. So in the winner on this match was Keys. So Blake Monroe had a video package before the match itself, and it was very smart to how she was induced in NXT. Ever since 2000, Green had a backstage assessment with Terry Stratton, Victoria, and Kiana Sings. Instead of playing offering Victoria a rematch, has Terry Stratton to bring all a aside to Kiana Sings. So just to bother against next week. So speaking of the getting by the man, I just also that the gunning by the man costume was set up into the ring for Sami Zayn promo. I like Sami Zayn's promo. He came out. He was shaking hands with people into the crowd and trying to act it like nothing was wrong. After he Capel set away, the crowd has turned on him to win the fans booed Bob Ryan for losing an epic at all. The facts that he was in TUSA Oklahoma makes the whole thing even funnier. Sammy Singh takes an empty costume and started beating it up to take it out his closet with Drake Williams. Drake Williams stood up and dove Sammy's away, but he didn't get a chance to speak this whole harassment and put off. It was designed to create heating for Sammy Singh, but it fell pretty flat in his accusations. After when Second Part 2 in Wars Keys had a bastard assessment that accomplished differences in this slow-born hill turn for Sammy Singh is either going to end and just to open in with him winning. So Derby title is to a tale. Drake Williams is turning up so the X symbol was the golden bread man was funny. So here's the next match. So we have Paige and Brie Bella against Last Lesson in Atlanta Sacks. Last time in Athens, Paige and Brie Bella won a photo four-way at WrestleMania 42. Last Lesson and Atlanta Sacks were given a title shot to regain the tag titles they lost at WrestleMania against Paige and Brie Bella. Paige was normally all defense against her more powerful opponents, and they did not let up on her. After Bella tagging in and had the trouble for a moment before 90 Sacks leveled her with a clothesline onto the apron. I like that this babyface didn't have a chance to get in any offense until after a commercial break. Paige and Brie were able to work together to retain their titles. I was in a match that was clinical and it should have been, considering how busted most of them are. It never felt like they found their groove. There's a couple of advocacies and didn't help. And the winner on this match, Paige and Brie Bella. Also did appear to be a little all glitz with Brie and his music, and there was a very horrid moments. After when it was lit, it was clear Nana's ass was supposed to pawn it and attack, but Paige got it anyway, so they had to bring in Brie but early. WWE used in RP graphics was a golden blooded man, so Chester did not take his passing well. So this is our main event tonight. So we have the Usos against MFTs. A last time in full absence, the Usos in every night, all you think the MFTs on Raw, April 13th. After the main event of this week's show was a tag team match with Sami and Usos taking on Solo Sikoa and Tony Tonga. I just say in Tony is started for their teams. The big man took a few shots before taking the Usos out with one big clotheslines. I think it's going to the point that feels like we have seen every possible combinations of supply line and every chief people find. So actually when one of these matches happens, it has a hard time grinding in any classes. Actually ability is bound to happen in any permission, but how you this view is what makes it something fans want to see again or not. Also, sadly, WWE has not made the orders against MMTs and felt like a big enough deal compared to what it means to be. After all four guys, it still work hard to make so the main event to anything, but it was in upper field, bottled sparkly on a full episode with so a few highlights. Anderson also didn't grind much until the final few minutes, but even then, Elton has Tonga kept finding ways to overpower them. Second fighter ended up causing the referee to throw out the match himself when he showed up and attacked Tony Tonga. After he put Tony Tonga through the announce table with a Samoan drop, after saying Sakura why he didn't go after the Usos. But they Cody were not on the same side. So this match is no contest. And it will be a for you next week for the Golden Boy Man. That is a sentence-free mail spending to talk about a pro wrestling show. It's nice to see Tony Tonga getting more matches. Henceforth, he put up months in WWE did not see him get much time into the ring. So here's the final one. This week's show got off to a good start with a strong promos segment with Cody Rhodes, Mickey Sinks, followed by a fun match between Stacey Singh and Charlotte Flair. Also, however, it seemed to go down the hall from Dale. The tag match was Damian Priest's assignment. R2 and Damian Priest was Justin Butts. Cody Rhodes against Mickey Saints for sort of the mark. After certain stuff with Sami Zayn, Trick Williams, also Golden Blooded Man, has already overstayed. Added is welcome, but wherever they focusing more on the wrestling and less on solely costumes, and they can get this feud back on track. Into a Backlash is less than 2 weeks away, but it didn't feel like there was much in color implied to set the butt up this week's. So is all we have for this week's. So after who will the Hasn't tag team partner will be. So let's wait and see when that plays out for next week. Into Second Part 2, it says, 2 Roman Reigns isn't ready for Second Part 2. Was it all a last? Had him lose during the Ultimate Night? A nice Roman Reigns, please. We all know Roman Reigns is winning, but I just screwed Second Part 2. And we all thought it was the old way around, but this dude is. I think we all thought it was the old way around, but Second Part 2 has been on par with this one and symbol of good bookings on Smackdown. So I'm guessing up about into 2 weeks from now, Second is going to bar line with Roman Reigns. So I've been amazing at how much the Cody shows have since made like last year's since 2024, and 3 hours is way too long for any likely wrestling shows. So nobody believes that he will dog walk Roman Reigns with a long win. It's very Roman Reigns isn't losing this title anytime soon. That's why all family Roman Reigns has to happen now. It just isn't unbelievable this feud. So also at this case, why not in Smackdown to end Smackdown but once and for all? Only one may watch the show is enough. Whenever you are going to give us nothing on Smackdown, except never ending NFTs and bloodline assessments. I the same NFTs who were cutting Smackdown last year, and once again focused down on our folks. So, I was progressing so ever, same on Triple H, into this collective team. So, I think, So are you knew how you met Roman Reigns? I haven't. I haven't met Roman Reigns for a whole life. I've been watching him since he was like has Shield. I haven't met Roman Reigns for a very long time. I just caught it on this week. The Usos took on Roman Reigns and Solo saves him. Backlash is my this out has the predictions. I can't wait to watch it. I hope Roman Reigns was watching on tonight's. I just mentioned in Raw are both about Samoans. Storyline is the same every week. I wanted to be bet that Aaron Vince doesn't watch WWE anymore. I know it was Vince McMahon. So he's been doing through. So I never trust Vince McMahon at all. I never trusted him. He's been lots of troubles lately. About 2,300 times he got trouble. So that's all for this week's. Commander Hayes is turning this out 59 minutes. I will be back very soon. I think I need a decision on who to retain and who to release in WWE with lawsuit made by Triple H with input from Nick Khan or Bruce Briscoe and Ed Nikolsky were also involved in discussion, but Triple H wants to keep this Michael. I think. So, I think Tony Khan educate with Sunny Vega when she was let go. So a time by WWE, but she pretty much questioned him and signed back. I think let me see. I was so behind her where she had gone to. She will have had tons of I just remember when disappointed she went back. Okay. I was a prophet. Let not sign her. They move on to focus on a daily roster. And where the spots open up to sign up a top prospect. I think Sammy had a sense going to AEW. If this field with Tony Khan party he's gonna only overhaul a contract and not black. This does not make any sense. I guess. So, I was thinking about Sanina with her husband with Asher Black. It's not part of that anymore. I don't know what's going, maybe sticking with it again or not. I think that instead of a simple supply stays making falls out of what like Samina. So yeah. So you can't do NXT TNA when you get that call back to get released yet again. So this is not gonna be happening again. I don't want her to release again. It's gonna be terrible for her. I think. So I would screw her and her husband and AJ Washington stack right now. And they don't need either of these two. I don't know what's going to happen. I think so I was thinking about Sunny is going to call Tony Khan back saying the CSS website that to miss his call from 5 years ago. I think. And they're going to be applying symbol of how not to handle your time in AEW or your affiliation with them. I was thinking about I was gonna to be honest, that my answer is yes, it was good. This man was signed by Sonic NEX, Jerry Bond. He could. That was when he hired anyone from WWE now. It's a different talk. I'll probably doubt it will bother them, I think. So do you guys want to see Tommy in to be back in TNA in their own option? Both of them to fall off to see where we're going honest. I should go with TNA. So, do you think she's gonna debut in AEW after how they treated her husband that, right? True. AEW is not safe for treating her husband that way. That's not good for AEW. Say something like that. I don't know what's going on with AEW. So, I might, to be honest with you guys, might even into the fourth place when Tony Khan did. I don't know what's to happen when Tony Khan said the fourth place. And he said that. So, whenever you can get it, Mike Awesome good, if you're gonna spend some of the money. It was back in 2020. He was looking for any one bodies has a mantle. I think Tony Khan isn't going to grab Black and his wife up was a bunch of stupid people. I know. To point you, brother that Barry. So Tony Khan didn't bring her in. She sucks and has a bad attitude. So will you bring her husband back, and he better learn to keep his soul on to the mat for 3 seconds. I think so. For me, I imagine when Tony Khan been doing this stuff, this you own this money from AEW company, you own it. So I guess Asher Black and Selena would go to TNA instead, besides AEW. I don't know what's going on with AEW. I don't know. She can go back to TNA. TNA is at number 2 promotion. Is it to the world is what I heard. Mankind can team with the White Twist and from the House of Black 2.0. Selena can measure Paul away from this one. So Tony Khan don't visit to her to a WC start bossing to your women's division, and we don't want trash. What is going on with Tony Khan lately? I like Tony Khan, but I don't know what's going on with him. Okay, so here's my questions here for you guys. I do reason for that was cause her man was get it up but once. If he signed they release him was wild, but now they got released again, so we'll see how this goes. I think we'll see 1-2 AEW and see if highlight it that would be a good look for AEW for Tony Khan. And I don't trust the most of this making up stuff as always. So I think I trust again for Selena and her husband after Black. So that's all we have for this week's for you guys. That's all. So let's do 24 goals right away and get wrap this up. So we have 67% realized it, 22% is alright, and 9% didn't like it. So let's go to 24 goals. Give me 1 second here. Give me 1 second. So we have 3% is alright. 3% really liked it. And 3% is alright. So that's it for this week's. So let's go to on from next week on Raw. Give me 1 second. Hold on, let me see the date. Give me 1 second. May 4th. Give me 1 second here. Give me 1 second. So, that's all we have for this week's. So next week we have all the signs next week on the wall. So we have 1, 2, and 3. So it's only three things for next week. So I hope you guys have a great Friday. Hope you guys have a great Friday, have a great weekend. And I see you guys when I go live, start from next week's on wall. So to get more schedule, Spotify, Acapella, Spotify Radio, the podcast, anything else, so much more. So I hope you guys have a great Friday, have a great weekend. I think it's next week on wall on Monday, and I think it is time. Have a good one, guys. Peace.